March 16th was one of the worst days of my life, and I had to learn how to deal with grief. In today's video, I want to share with you a project that I did to help me take my mind off of a very special kitty who I lost to an aortic thromboembolism. If you know what that is, then you know how traumatic it is to watch your beloved pet in pain and pass from it. Mama Cat is the whole reason why Roots and Whiskers even exists. So I decided to take my love for plants in another direction, and I researched tote gardening. And I was inspired by a YouTube channel called Robbie and Gary Gardening. This is when the tools that my husband got me for Christmas came in handy. I'm going to show you step by step what I use to fill my totes on a budget with. First off, let's talk about the totes I chose. I purchased mine at the dollar store. I made sure to look for number 2 or number 5 with the recycle symbol on the bottom of the tote. These plastics are generally considered inert and unlikely to leach chemicals into the soil or even your food. This is very important to keep in mind. It's probably one of the most important things. Anyways, you can get these anywhere, even thrift stores. You don't have to spend a lot of money on these totes. So to start off, you're going to want to drill some drain holes. Keep in mind this is important. You don't want your plants to become waterlogged or your roots to become waterlogged. I drilled mine in specific areas that I wanted to control the direction of the water draining. If you look closely, you'll see I have some totes on a table and the drainage holes are right above the bottom totes. I walked around my yard and I collected some sticks, some pine cones, pecans and their shells, magnolia leaves, and whatever I could find that nature provided for me. My husband thought I was volunteering to clean up the yard before mowing, and that's just funny, silly guy. Putting the loose, bulky stuff in first helps with draining. It's also natural and will break down safely, and it's free, so that's just a bonus. I don't know about you, but I like saving money. And when you're starting a project that you're kind of unsure of if it's even going to work, then it's really nice to be able to get that free stuff around the yard. I took some cardboard that I had from boxes from when I had things delivered, and I broke them up, and then I layered them over top of the twigs and all the other bulky stuff. Also, I made sure I removed all labels and tape. Cardboard will decompose over time, adding organic matter to the soil. Wow, did I just sound like a science teacher? My next layer was my very own sandy dirt on my property. I dug up almost a wheelbarrow full. Thankfully it's super easy to dig up, and I didn't even break a sweat, so that's great. Okay, maybe my back did hurt just a little bit, but it wasn't because it was hard work. At the time I had a medical condition that I'm all better from now, so it's not even worth talking about. Anyways, I had some really good dirt I needed to dig up, because if it's good enough for the farmers around me to grow the best watermelons in the United States, then it's good enough for my tote gardens. I put about 4 to 5 inches of dirt in each tote and spread it around evenly. I raided my refrigerator and cleaned out all of the veggies that looked not so fresh anymore. I put them in a tote along with coffee grounds that I had been saving and also some eggshells. My compost is filled with nutrients to add another layer to my DIY project. This was turning out to be a fun and easy project. The last layer for my totes is some all-purpose garden soil that I picked up on sale. I wanted to give my veggie plants a head start and ensure healthy root growth. I believe doing this will provide my plants with vital micronutrients and a balanced formula for a larger harvest. I made sure to leave a few inches from the top of each tote empty. Our area gets so windy and I wanted to protect the base of the plants from breaking off. I watered the totes and I made sure all the layers were nice and hydrated before adding any plants. The vegetables I chose were cherry tomatoes, romaine lettuce, some zucchini, squash, green and red peppers, cucumbers, and those tomatoes that get really big, like my grandmother used to have in her garden. I'm really looking forward to those fresh tomato sandwiches with juicy slices of tomato on Wonder Bread with Miracle Whip and a sprinkle of salt and pepper, just like Grandma did. Oh, and I almost forgot I bordered the totes on the ground with yellow marigolds, because apparently marigolds help keep bugs away. At least that's what I was told. I temporarily used some large sticks I found around the yard to hold up the tomato plants until I could get to the store and get some of those tomato cages. I think that's what they call them. This project didn't make me forget the loss of a special pet, but it provided my mind with something to research, something to focus on, and something that was positive, and surround myself with all the beautiful sounds of birds, the fresh air, and just the comforting peace that nature was surrounding me with. It was like just a big hug, and it was nice. It helped me not to be sad. I'll never forget Mama Cat, but I'm just so grateful that I watched a video by Jackson Galaxy, and he said that when you're grieving, do something with it. And that's what I did. Mama Cat will always live on in my heart, and her story will always be my first video.